Good evening, Slot family. Anthony Bateman Sr. here, coming to you tonight on a second video on what I've been working on. Getting my engines in my man cave, and going to give it a shot of WD-40. I'm watching this guy on YouTube. I learned a lot from him. It's called Terrell Fixes All, and he calls himself Pterodactyl. See if you can see my TV. He's got a wig on with these funky, fake teeth. Well, this guy's really smart, I think, and I learned a lot of shit from him. I watched this other guys too. They call him Red, because he's got red hair, of course. And he's really cool also. So. But anyways, little WD-40. Gonna show you. I'm gonna blast a little in, not a lot. And then what happened is I gave my tools to my grandson, you know, because in case something happened to me, I know you guys probably sick of listening to that too. But I wanted to teach him how to use sockets. I got him on here. He was putting together his boxing stand so he could practice boxing. And I don't know what's going on in my throat. I don't have a cold or anything, but I noticed quite a few guys watch, but they never give the thumbs up. It'd be cool if you gave me the thumbs up to boost my channel. I really appreciate it. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm not going to be hating. No, I love my slot car family. And but anyways, I muscled that engine in here, and I wanted to film it. I put it on my my old what do you call it thing? A walker. Wheels are on. The wheels are really bent now, but that. I'm giving it to Paisan. He collects metal, so he can get rid of the shit. You know what? I went with my friend. I want to collect metal too, but this is a scoop. A long time ago, I'll say 5 years and back, they would take a bogus name. You could give a bogus name, and they put it down in the thing, but now they take your license. And I figured once you do that, if you make a lot of money, because they claim taxes on the shit, and you're thinking it's tax-free, when the feds find out you've been getting scrap metal, making a little bit of extra money to buy fucking a pizza, 6-pack of cigarettes, fuck the cigarettes, a 6-pack of beer. I don't know why cigarettes, because I never smoked before. But because I could, you know, I went with my friend. You gotta separate the piles each time. They say if you bring mild steel in, they weigh it. You drop it off, come back on the scale. Say you're gonna get rid of, I don't know, copper. I'll just use anything. He didn't have no copper. Cast iron. Bring the cast iron there, drop it off. So it's mild steel and cast iron. Each time you do it, you go back to the scale. So he had aluminum, dropped that off. He made like $48 and change, okay? And that's just from shit laying around. But Paisan down back, my friend Dave, he drives all over, and a lot of people call him up, so he makes pretty good, you know. Then if you have wire, if you strip the wire, you get paid more, but you get dirty wire, you know, whatever. Still make something. But, excuse me. I'm so tired. But anyways, this pterodactyl guy, Terrell, he showed different stuff you can use on your engines, like a Marvel Mystery Oil. There's a bunch of them you can buy. And, but it don't really work, the stable, because he used jars. He put shit in it, what metal parts or aluminum parts or whatever. And the stable, it didn't corrode or anything. Where all the other shit, they claim that it protects your engine, it don't. But stable does. And right now he's showing this shit. It's called PR something, is black. And it really works because you can take, say if there's bad gasoline and you put this shit in here, the engine will run. But all the other stuff they sell in the market, it don't work at all. So I won't, I don't know how much more I'm going to do tonight. I've been watching the news, and I don't know why I do that at night, because that's bullshit. Can't stand it. Vote for these rich motherfuckers. Not all rich people are bad, but I'd say most. Selfish. And where they laid off everybody like that. I've been laid off. I've been laid off when I bought this house. I thought I was a nervous wreck. I ended up getting another job. I actually worked that job, the paper mill, until I was laid off so I can get the severance pay, because my boss gave me permission to work through my lunch. So I did that for probably almost 6 months. I worked both those jobs. Because then that's a fabrication place. I talked about it in one of my other videos, but they don't care. Just like Social Security. I'm still waiting to hear from them dickheads. They gave me money and then they took it away, and then they gave me money and they took it away, and you're gonna get this. And then when I got a significant amount of money, I said, "Are you sure?" Yeah. It's right here. I spent the shit, and then they said I owe it back. Almost, I think it's 9,000 something. They're mad. They're nutty. So I filled out this forgiveness form because it's not my fault, But it's all whacked out. I try not to talk about politics because it turns people off. But I will say one thing. I believe this. When the MAGA crowd starts getting affected and they start losing their jobs, or they lose insurance, or a family member dies, you think this Capitol was stormed because of the Democrat bullshit stuff? Don't matter what you are, but I think when them people start losing their shit, they're gonna lose their shit. And then they're gonna be, man, I just think that's gonna go down. Just like that. He can go to the market, you don't have to, none of those people have to worry about none of that stuff. Democrat, Republican, or whatever you want to call it, because they're making big dollars, and there's people getting paid. Well, those guys are getting paid, and there's people that are laid off. What are they going to do? Their mortgages are going to be bullshit. I already went through that. Oh my God. I mean, I did hauling junk out of people's cellars. Can't do that shit no more here because they got it where they have these buckets and the machine comes and grabs everything. And you can't get rid of anything. Before you could get rid of stuff, you have to get a dump sticker, but they don't have that no more. You're beat. So wood stuff, I burn it. Stuff that's metal or whatever, I tear it apart, cut it up with my Sawzall, and then put it in the containers. But anyways, I'm getting off on all kind. like TB always does. I talk about all kinds of shit that flips in my head. But I feel for the people that lost their jobs. Food costs money, man. I went and I bought 3 big tomatoes, good ones, and I got a dozen ears of corn, and the girl was nice. She threw in like 14 pieces, all right? She gave them to me. But it was like, it came to 18, almost $18. So I gave them said, fuck it. Might as well throw it, because they're hard, them girls work hard, so I gave the rest as a tip. Anytime I go to a place, I tip them guys, because they're not making it much money. But how are people going to live when their bills start paying? Look at all the people in the Pentagon. I don't know about you, family, but I pray for all those people. They're constantly on my mind. Somebody's got to care, you know. But anyways, enough from that shit. So I'm going to give this a drink in the carburetor ports. The carburetors, my friend sold the carburetor, so when he needs money, he starts stripping shit. So he sold the carburetor and the starter. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but I love my bro. That's what he did, but he was nice enough because I helped him with all that wood and shit. I got this 2-stroker. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Just going to give it a taste. All this shit right here, I'm replacing all that crap. That don't make sense to keep that. Fucks. How the fuck? What the fuck? What the? How do you know how to work this fucking thing? Fucking stupid. All right, so, know what I'm saying? All this technology shit. Hold on. Fuck. I got another can. I got shit everywhere. Hopefully this'll work. If it don't work, then TB's, I don't know. There it goes, giving it a taste. Giving it a taste. Giving it a good taste. Right? And, oh, this is all rusty and shit. Oh, and then, so look at this shit. Here's the engine I bought in Glastonbury. This thing is sweet. 18 horse. This is going in the red 6-wheeler. There's a guy online, he actually sanded the paint off of a 6-wheeler he got because it's plastic. He used a heavier one, grit, and then he tells what kind of grit he used also, a fine grit. See, I have low blood pressure, man, so when I walk over there, you know what? I think if I did get some loving, I probably would have a heart attack. I'd be like, you know, I'd be like, this shit is fucked. Man, anyways, I didn't eat too much today. I did buy more diet soda. It's got caffeine shit in it, which ain't good, but it doesn't bother my throat. This shit. I kind of like it, you know. So, but I didn't drink too much water today either. But when I have to have the right hydration in my body because if I piss too much, I don't want to get dehydrated, and I feel. Here's this guy right here. I love this guy. I learn a lot of shit from him. I learned a lot of stuff from him and this guy Red and these three guys. A lot of times there's two guys. They make all this go-karts and all kinds of stuff. And then this other guy I like, I think he's like a genius. He made with these huge tractor tires, he made a motorcycle, a two-wheeler, and he sits in, believe it or not, where the front wheel is. I got to get the name so you can see this shit. He's incredible, actually. I learned a lot of stuff from him. He's a great fabricator. He's just a machinist. You know what? And the guy don't have a big head. That's what I like about him. You know, he's really. I would love to hang around that guy too, man. Even this guy here, But I'm hoping to meet you guys, my Slap family. Anyways, I have a rental truck because my new bumper's getting put on. They said it's going to take 5 to 6 days, right? So when that gets done, then I went to Armory Dodge, where I got my truck, and I did that traveling, and I'm gonna swear, the fucking antifreeze was all the way down low. That shouldn't be. So I had another jug. The last jug I had, I topped it off. Fucking broke next morning. So I ended up buying a jug. I bought a brand new jug and put it in. So I went down some, but I have to take a long drive and see what happens, you know. And then my friend Greener, he's really smart. You know, he's a fabricator by trade, but he's good at working on cars. He's the one that filmed that was cutting the part off his trucks, putting new shit to hold shackles in. It's all done. So tomorrow I'm sure I'll have a lot done. And tomorrow I got to take Cheryl for her dog urn. You know, got to do that, and then I'll probably see Greener later. And I was going to say something. Oh, so my truck was bucking. So Greenleaf, I didn't know if it was like the tranny or the rear end. But Greenleaf thought it was maybe a spark plug. So we brought it at AutoZone. The guy came out, put his tester on it. Sure enough, boom, spark plug. So how in the fuck is a spark plug going to be gone? I have a 2001 Ram, and all this shit's happened to it already. You know, I had old junky cars with over 100,000 and had the same junk, and they had the same plugs. You know what I'm saying? I never even had to put a heater core. I ended up junking them cars with I had cars that with the radiator went, but not the heater core. And they were old cars, you know, real old. So I got a Ford and crew cab, short bed, and the only difference is about the Dodge inside has more roomy for a big guy. I mean, it's like, I'm just making an estimated guess. The seat in the middle, I would think the Dodge's seats maybe 2 to 3 inches more, right? And that does make a difference. And then where the door's up to where the buttons and shit, it's more inside the truck, you know. It's like about that much. So, but I love how it drives. I love how it handles. And most important, I love the lights because I did nighttime driving. like in the Boondockers, and the lights, just the regular beam lights, I can see the road perfectly. Where my truck, even if I put the high beams on, is still, I think these are definitely LED lights, but I love how they light the road up. And then this truck, I do fall asleep when I go on long drives, which is dangerous. I know you shouldn't do that, but I'm not gonna lie, fall asleep sometimes. Split second, but that's all it takes. But this truck, it will vibrate and shit. I don't know if it's bringing me back, but, and then it shows a picture of it, and then it's got all these warning things. If somebody's, like the assholes when you're backing up, they know you're backing up and they try to, and the alarm goes off. Or like arrows that are on the mirrors if something's too close. So I really, and then I had a Ford Crown Vic, you know. So, I mean, I have to look at reviews, you know. But I want to see if I could afford a brand new truck after I trade this truck in. I'll get all the shit done to it right, so whoever buys it, it's not on my conscience because I got it fixed, you know. So, but here's that guy right here. He's like got like a mullet wig on and fucked up teeth. But this guy is really smart. He works on every kind of engine you can think of. He shows you how to break them down, fix them, and lawnmowers, you name it. But yeah, so I'm happy I got those because it's supposed to rain really hard, and I don't want these getting wet. And I definitely, with fan-cooled engines, mice are assholes. They'll get right in there and build a nest. Well, guess what? They're not going to be able, they can't get in here, you know. So, but I notice when you get a mouse, you have to kill everyone. You really do. You gotta wipe them. Animal activists probably ain't gonna like that, but I don't feel like mice shit in my food or getting my family sick. So I got plenty of room outside. That's where they belong. But I hope you guys enjoy the content. Maybe I'll do another video. I have to run upstairs and get something cold to drink. And I really should work on my columns. I bought all those parts. You know, once you get going, and Blue Oval told me what to do, because on this gun right here, I have to tape it in the on position because it'll keep going in the low position and the shit gets boogered up on me. So, but he was telling me to take the tip and I could heat everything, and I never thought about that because I used the torch. I got, if you guys seen it, I did get it, but I ended up burning my hand like a knucklehead. So, I'm glad I had, you know, I don't know what the fuck, why you know, the other one, but boom, it worked. Flexible one, who knows what the fuck's going on, you know, just get sick of all this fucking fang-dangle shit. The only thing what I do like about it, you can't lose it, where I always lose these, but I bought that flexible one, and I can't even get it to work, you know. I might mess with it again, but I have to get a socket to get them spark plugs off. Spray down in there, and I'm gonna get, I was gonna put Marvel Mystery Oil in there, I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna use Staple. This shit's better than Marvel Mystery Oil, and this guy proves it, you know. But I've always used Marvel Mystery Oil. So far, my snowblower and my lawnmower, I give it a little drink. And really, I haven't even emptied all the gas out, except for my snowblower, because from condensation there was water in there, so I sucked it out. I bought an electric pump. Harbor Freight sucked it out, and has get all gas. I'm gonna get rid of it with all that lumber down there, you know. When I get rid of this shit, but my snowblower, I'm gonna start putting stable in it, but realistically, guys, I was really a powerful man, and I'm not now. And I bought the almost like the biggest snowblower. Well, Ariens has a bigger, I don't know what you call it, but where the auger goes. Well, there's one more up, but I got that one down from that, the biggest one. But the engine's huge. Looks like a damn, it's huge. I'll say it's 13 horse. It could be more, but to be safe, because I don't want to bullshit anybody. I have to see how many cc's, and then I'll go on Google, and then it'll tell me how many horse it is. But the damn thing weighs a ton. And my old friend, he's passed on. Shimmy Bookless, his name was Sanford, but everybody called him Shim. But I always called him Mr. B. I known him since a baby. Anyways, he used to work he was a state dairy inspector. And that man, every time he see me, he called me to the house. He always gave me a block of cheese for my family, and he gave me chocolate milk, and he always pat me on my head. And, you know, then when I got older, I always told him I loved him, you know. And I miss him dearly. But anyways, his snowblower was only like 8 horsepower, right? On a normal freaking, he didn't have no huge damn thing. And he'd come home, it was always dark, you know. I would say he'd be out there like 6:30 snow blowing. And he always walked slow. He was in the military, World War II, and in combat, you know, as infantry. But he always walked a steady cadence, you know. And I'm thinking, and then engine 6 had a small, it was 8 horse with a smaller, and we used to take care of the driveway and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, you know, in my mind, I was thinking, because those assholes get on the wing plows and they get going like 40 miles an hour, sometimes more on this main street of straightaway. And that big blade will take the snow bank and everything and blow it all on the sidewalk and in the yard. So that's the reason why I did get that big snowblower, because it could handle even wet snow. And it'd blow it. Non-wet snow, I'd blow it way across the street onto the grass. That's so much power it has, you know. But anyways, I'm really talk. So, but I'm happy I got those in, because for several days I'm watching these guys lift weights. I used to do all that right there. Without steroids. He's on roids. I took the shit for sex with my wife, not for my muscles or strength. But that stuff makes you feel incredible, but it was a price I paid. My body doesn't make no testosterone. So, and then that stuff, it made my red blood cells go way up. You know. But guys that do work out and take that stuff, you have to work out and eat right. You just can't take a shot and think it's going to do something. Don't do that. still have to work out hard. But my favorite football player, I have several when I was a kid, but Lyle Alzado. And he blamed himself for getting cancer from the steroids, but I think, personally thinks a bunch of things, because he says he lied. You know, he said he was a lie because how big he was. He had to work out hard. You just can't take that shit and you think it's going to make you strong. It don't work like that. That's a different lifestyle. It's eating right. The food I took in it will blow your mind. Ridiculous. And then I do protein drinks during the night. Sometimes eat tuna fish, cottage cheese, steaks, oatmeal, sardines. Sardines and oatmeal was my power food. Canned octopus. But anyways, I'm really off on. I said it's slot cars and all kinds of shit might come up. That's all real. I don't bullshit. My cousin, I seen him today. My cousin Ricky, who I love. He's been there for my mother and my brothers and I since we were born. And he's moving to South Carolina. And then my friend Paul, I think he's going to South Carolina too. So there go. At least they're still alive and they're not passed on. But that's all the less people I have to chum around with, which ain't many. I've been friends with Paul since junior high school. Good friends, not acquaintances, friends. I'm gonna help him move some of the stuff, but I got to get my truck squared away, and then I'll check it out down there. My cousin's, I think he called it Harley, South Carolina. I have to ask him again, but I asked him about everything. I asked him about racial bullshit. He says it's multicultural down there. There's certain parts. And I talked to my aunt that made a career in the military. She's in the Air Force. I mean, she has a lot of years in there. And then when she retired, they hired her back as a civilian. And she's been all over the world. And she told me there's good people and bad people no matter where you go. She said we're human beings. She said if you cut us open, we both bleed red. And she also said, which I heard from my parents, you can take little kids of every ethnicity and they play and have fun. They might knock each other down or whatever, but they still are friends. But it's the parents and the grandparents, the ones that are racial, that warp their minds, that change them because they're innocent, So there is no perfect place. It just isn't. And I had to find out what Shangri-La means. I forget, but I always think Shangri-La is like I'm probably wrong. It's like the perfect place where everybody gets along, and I call that Shangri-La. But I'm gonna look it up and find out what the word really means. So I know what a shillelagh is. They got a crack in the head with a shillelagh. I know what that is. I have Scottish blood in me, so I know it's certain. I know it's certain. I definitely know Because I always tell Ivan, I fool around with my grandson, and I said, if you don't behave, I said, Papa's going to give you the shillelagh. You know, and I start laughing. And then he starts laughing, you know. But, anyways, I talk to you guys because basically I'm lonely, you know. I told my woman tonight, I says, she's a loving person, but she's not affectionate. There's like zero affection. And I keep telling her about it. You know, I love affection. I'm a rugged guy, but I love affection. I miss my wife, Anne Marie. She's so affectionate. I don't know if I'll ever, I don't know. I can't talk about it too much because I don't want to cry on my channel, you know. But I just hope I see her again, you know. Sometimes I have doubts about it because I do believe in the Lord, I do believe in Jesus, but it's a mystery because I never had a friend or a family member that come back. I know people that come back. I mean, I had a heart attack, but I didn't die, you know, but I know people that did. I helped bring some people back with the team, but nobody's come back and actually said in honesty, they talked to their loved ones and they talked to Jesus or God, you know. And I do believe it all I am, but I just hope I won't get thrown in the garbage bin. You know, it's a mystery. It's, I think about it all the time. All the time. Don't stop. When I did come close to dying, it was, I tell people, I seen chrome white, if that makes any sense to you. I seen chrome white. Nobody come talk to me or anything like that. But I wasn't nervous or worried anymore. If that makes any sense to you. Hell. Of course, when everything comes back and, you know, or like when they were putting that shit in my heart and I was watching it, I really thought I was going to die. They kept saying, "You still feeling it?" They gave me more nitro pills and they gave me shit in an IV so I wouldn't feel it, but it was really gross, so they backed up out of there. And that's when they told me I had a growth in there, and they couldn't put the stent in because they felt I wouldn't have made it. So I'm asking questions. I go, well, what about the growth? I kind of like they dropped the ball on it. I mean, I don't feel any different. I actually feel better from the medicine. You know, I feel, because I have low blood pressure, if I get up too fast, sometimes it's like this, or if I get a little dehydrated, I know the signs of it, so I make sure I keep my fluid up, because you can shut down your kidneys if you dry them completely out. So. But right now, right talking to you guys, I do feel good. I'm a little tired. I'm over my sadness jaunt from when I was telling you about my wife and stuff. I'm not as, because I try to like put it to the side. If that makes sense to you. Put it over here. Because if I kept on the same jaunt, I won't be here because my heart aches. I hope you never experience it, but it aches for her. Bad. But I have to put it over here. My friend, Bro Mendel, he used to make me laugh because he used to go, oh, it's over here. Then I go over here now, but I was over here. You know, he was crazy, you know. He used to come over here all the time, and he died right at his kitchen table. And I've been in quite a few structure fires with him. He was a true brother and a true friend, along with Rob Stevens, my brother from another mother. Right, and my friend Jerry Higgins, he was my bestest friend, and he's gone. He was in the fire department too. But he was, I got to know his whole family, you know. But I know Rob's immediate family, and Greener, I know his family. Friends of him, you know, his dad was friends with my dad, you know. And now he's going to be moving away. So he's got to do what he has to do because he has to pay his ex all that money, gave her all the car, all the shit he earned, and to start all over again. And, I'm a year older than him, so he's 62. And he's been in serious car accidents and been in serious construction accidents, and he's got a limp. He almost died, but he has that drive. You know, that's what I love about Greener. He's got that drive. So, but right now I'm watching bass guitars. Two guys jamming. One guy playing rhythm, the other guy playing lead. And that's gonna go down in my man cave too, because I gotta get practicing my chops. That's another thing. My cousin Ricky, I asked him because he told me he was gonna give me a nice keyboard, you know. He's been doing this stuff for years, and so I asked him about his Rickenbacker bass. And he told me, he said he'll give me one, but he asked me, was I gonna use it? And I told him yes. And he smiled, you know. But I really am. But I'm praying, because he don't use it. I'm praying he gives it to me, you know. I love that Rickenbacker. It's got a definitely different sound, you know. Totally. It's unique, you know. So I got a Spectre bass. I have a Ernie Ball bass. My other bass is, shit, I can't think. It's, I hate it when I get through this. But you have to put a battery in my Spectre bass. It's 9 volt. But I would love to turn it into 18 volts, different pickups, you know, different hardware. And then my favorite bass, see, I got pressure in my chest now. My favorite bass guitar I want, I'd have to win money to get this. It's a Alembic bass, Stanley Clark's Alembic bass. If you're curious, look up Alembic bass. They got to use one. It's like they want $17,000 for it. I mean, who's got that, really? Some rich person does. You know, it's just sick. So, but I want that kind of bass, and I want a fretless bass, and probably, I met Tony Franklin here in Pittsfield. He's from England. He's got a unique way of playing fretless. My favorite fretless guy is Jaco Pastorius and Percy Jones from Brand X. So if you think about it, look it up. And also who played in Brand X was Phil Collins. He was a drummer for them. Check that out. Bet you didn't know that. And Tony Franklin, he played, not with Led Zeppelin, but some famous band like that. I have to look it up on. He's got a unique way of playing fretless. But my favorite Jaco Pastorius, then it would be Percy Jones, and then it'd be Tony Franklin. They each have their own individual. And one of my favorite bass players besides Stanley Clark is Wojtek Pilachovic. He's from Poland. He jams, man. I love his style because it's different, and I love the guy too. He's one of my favorite. He plays the bass for Level 42, and I think he's from Australia. I think, and I think he lived in England for a while. I want to think those guys are from Australia, but they're one of my favorite bands, Level 42. But I have a bunch of guys up here, but it's hard to unlock this brain, you know what I'm saying? Can't remember shit. My long-term memory, I remember like that. Short-term, it's kind of fucked. Friday, I get to hang out with one of my dad's best friends. He's not doing good. He has a little dementia, but when I talk to him, he still remembers and brings up stuff with him and my dad and when I was a little kid. So, but he's got a pontoon boat. I ain't seen it. He didn't use it this year or last year. And he always takes care of his stuff and covers it up, but it's out in the elements. So I mentioned it to his wife. I don't want to get him upset. She goes, no, you can ask him anything. So I'm going to. So he gave me 2 guns, which I cherish. He gave me a 12 gauge bolt action. I believe that's 12 gauge. Same thing. It's the first time when I killed something was a porcupine up in a pine tree on my uncle's farm. And I was always told, you know, if you kill it, you got to eat it. But my dad said we're going to give it to Mr. Bertolli. So he gave it to Mr. Bertolli. So, but I'll never forget because the porcupine was in a big pine tree sleeping like this. I was like 8 years old, and I was holding a gun like this, and my father told me where to put the bead, and you know, and take the shot, and I did, and the thing fell out of the tree, and I went, and I thought I was gonna cry, you know, and my dad was all, you know, hugging me, and he getting that a boy, and Bruce was doing the same. Bruce Wilkinson, and that was his gun to my cousin Charlie, and I felt okay after, but I'll never forget it, you know, because that's just part of life. But anyways, if he has a rifle, I would like a 30-06 44 Magnum. And he's got a shitload of guns, so oh my God. And I'll be thankful if I get it. I mean, he gave those to me. I could have had any one if I didn't want to be greedy, you know. I'm sure if I said, see if you mind if I'm sure I would have gave it to me. You don't hunt no more. He don't really have nobody to leave him with, you know. So I'm going to ask, if the boat thing goes, I'm going to ask him that, you know, see what he says. So that'd probably be my only way I could afford a pontoon boat, if he sells it to me. Because I'm sure he's really generous. So But I'm not getting my hopes up high because I have to see, you know. So that's going down Friday. So if you guys, I won't ask you to pray for me for that because that's selfish. I think if I ask you to pray anything for me, because I don't pray for myself now, I ask God to forgive me, but I pray for people who are in need, like all the veterans. I pray for them, the ones that got hurt, and I pray for all those little kids that have medical issues, St. Jude's and stuff like that, or anything like that. Than for myself, because look at all this shit I got, material stuff. I had everything I could always want out of this. The only thing I wanted, really, if I had a wish to God, that my wife would live, and my ex-wife too, you know. Ain't gonna happen. I even went to the point where when I was really out there, I asked God, would he put me asleep and take one of my ribs out and make Anne Marie come back for me? That shit ain't gonna happen. Hell, this ain't gonna happen. You know, you got these people, my mother-in-law, she's a Reiki master, bullshit. I said, well, you know what? Let's go to the hospital right now. If you heal those children, I will believe you. Or anybody who's sick. Right? Or what about your husband? What about, you know, then and me, you can, you know. I said to Anne Marie, I said, yeah, tell her to put one. It's inappropriate, but I said, tell her to put a few inches on my dong. You know, if she can be the great Wizard of Oz. No, bullshit. And my wife, she started laughing. She goes, you're terrible. She goes, you're just a warm dog. Yeah, you know. But anyway, anywho, I think TB's going to be over now because we're at almost an hour on this broadcast of mine. If you guys would give me the thumbs up. If you don't want to, that's fine. You know, don't hurt. Just to go. When anybody I watch, I give them a thumbs up. Because if there's something stink on, I'm not going to watch it. No, I just ain't going to do it. You know, with all the shit on my interests, I always give the thumbs up. But anyways, I love you, Slot family. I hope you enjoy my blabbing. And I just watched some more bass guitar stuff and go get a drink, and then who knows, maybe I'll do a short on putting some columns together. I probably won't realistically I think I did those two little ones. I got to do one more of the bigger ones, I think. And then I got to do two down there. So, and then I have enough for whatever else I'm going to do, like that bridge there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I don't know if I'm going to use foam. I don't know if I'm going to take two of the big cases. I don't know if you can see it down there. Two of the big cases, and then get some acrylic bond. I think those are acrylic. Fuse them together and then paint them. You know, maybe I don't know. I got to think about it. And then I got another spot that's elevated there. It kind of dips. So I've been thinking I could make something with foam, but then if I want to, you know, I don't know. It'll all work out. But I'm going to send Spider-Man a text tonight and see if he can come up here and fix this shit for me so I can race some cars. I can't. It's gonna ruin my shit. Takes the guide right off. So that's a nice bass guitar. That's another thing. I don't have any savings. I keep spending shit. Marcus Miller, he's another bass guitar player. I believe that's a Marcus Miller bass. It also has 18 volts for the pickup. So, but I have two basses right now with two unique sounds. But I will want definitely get some basses with 18 volts for sure. But like I said, I have so much stuff I could do. I could put those flags up yet because I bought Velcro. The Velcro my shit up. The Velcro my Route 66. The Velcro my Professor Tinker sign up. I have to get up to is Auto World. You know, and I love Brian Young. It's because of him I met a lot of you guys too. And another guy who's my bro, definitely, is John D. Love you, John. Him and Ryan and Tony Droney and probably Jim of Sidecar Obsessions and Rod Rodriguez talk to me the most. But the very most is John D. Love you, John D. John D writes to me all the time, man. All the time. Then there's Timothy, the drummer. He talks to me too. So I hope, Tim, you get to see this. Lots of love to all you guys. But peace out.